Stream here on Friday, International Master William Paschall. We're going to be playing 5+3 blitz against all challengers on the stream, guys. Welcome, good morning, everybody. It's our 10 a.m. stream. I'm trying to do this stream to incorporate a time that works for the European players. In 3 weeks, I will be going back to spend some time in Hungary, so we'll be moving the stream to European time. Tentatively, probably back to like something like what I was doing in the springtime, like morning, mostly morning and afternoon streams, morning and evening. Something like the breakdown here, but in European time zone. So we've got a challenge here from Morwa first. Yeah, 3 weeks. The end of August, probably the 1st of September. I'll start streaming from Budapest for a month and a half or so. So we'll be mixing it up between the United States and Hungary, going back and forth. I'm going to take the challenge with Morwa first. He's first one in. We're welcoming challenges from everybody, so you don't have to be a subscriber to play. All right, I'm still not awake yet, so I'm at a disadvantage. Those guys in Europe, Morwa's in France, they've been awake for a few hours, to say the least. It's 6 hours ahead, so it's 4 in the afternoon there. Playing a Caro Kann. Last time, yeah, he played this exchange and he did something. I don't remember. Did you play? There's no Panov attack. No Panov attack and no Bishop d3. So Knight f3. Now Bishop g4 is very solid for black. Soltigo is here, not like this. Wait, what does that mean? Oh, not like this is a person. I don't know. He played h3 right away, trying to call my bishop into question. Alright. Should I go ahead and pull the trigger, just trading this guy off? Yeah, I guess you got your bishop pair. That's worth something. There's some grandmasters who might really specialize in this. Who's the guy that won the Aeroflot Open this year? Can't remember the name. Really technical player. Now Bishop b5, trading another set of pieces. I mean, I would think like c3, and White's just got the bishop pair. Bishop b5 is a different story. Bishop b5. I'm not really scared of Bishop b5. Soltigo isn't welcome here. Where is Soltigo? There he is. He's not welcome here. Alright. So it's like a Rogozin Queen's Gambit with colors reversed or something like that. Exactly. I want to play Bishop d6. But he can strike with c4. That's the thing. The enemy strikes back. The Empire. I want to place my bishop on the most active square, but Knight f6 doesn't allow me to go here, which is a little more flexible. I get into that pin. What is up, Soltigo? Good morning. Thanks for being here with us. Now this move, it's kind of conservative. Morwa's moving fast, but I'm not sure he has a plan. His moves seem a little bit random. Bishop e5, Queen f3, Bishop e3. I thought last move was more dynamic to go for the c4. Really try to play to break my structure. Not forced by any means, but I think if you don't play aggressively, it's hard to justify. It's hard to justify Bishop b5. There it is. Though here, it is late. This Russian candidate master once said this to my friend. My friend declined to the guy's draw, and it was just, he was much lower rated than my friend, and so he was trying to beat him, but then my friend messed up and he had a bad position, and then he offers the guy a draw. And I never heard anyone say this, but it was sort of funny. He was like, it is late. He sounded like Darth Vader. Luke, it is late. And he beat my friend, so that was embarrassing. So, not a bad IQP here. I think that if you're a pawn structure, Pawn structure guru. You probably say, oh, well, white is worse, but it's not so simple. His pieces are very, very active. These guys, how active they are. I mean, that has to compensate for the pawn deficit. I mean, for the isolated pawn. I wanted to say pawn deficit. I'm being biased again. So, do we do the same thing? Knight here. Here, help yourself. Have a pawn. The thing is, we hit that bishop. He could go to e4 there. Maybe Marwa should play bishop e4, because f5 is an ugly move. I want to trade pieces like Anatolia. Anatolia in the Panov, very good. Move 11 was asking me the other day something about Karpov against one of our subscribers. Karpov, he was studying Karpov against Kamsky. And I thought, like, Karpov and Kamsky had a match in, like, 1996 or 95 or 96 where, man, it was interesting because they had some really cool battles in the Caro-Kann Panov. This isn't a Panov, but he did play c takes d. He didn't follow up with the immediate c4, but the position has the same flavor. So now we have a problem. Can I afford to play g6? g6, bishop g5. It's rather weakening. I don't have too many options. I mean, knight f5. I could play knight f6, actually. Knight f6, queen h4. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I dropped the pawn. It's not a drop, it's just an exchange. Okay, I dropped the pawn. I'm still sleepy yet. He didn't take it. Look, dude, free pawn. 2 for 1 sale. Queen takes b7, rook b8. You see, Marwa focuses a little bit too much on moving fast, to his own detriment. Now his queen is trapped. Virtually trapped. Knight g6. It's lucky it's not trapped, man. You gotta be more alert and take that pawn. Think more about the moves. The clock is second. Juicebox Wizard, what's up, man? Good to see you. Everybody, welcome. Asterbait is here. I didn't really welcome everyone. Asterbait, Neil Swint, Infinite Flash Chess. So he just didn't take that free pawn. It was 2 for 1 sale. B and A for just the B pawn. Queen takes b7, rook b8, queen takes a7, rook takes b2. White is better with an outside A pawn, despite his isolated structure. Marwa just trying to move quickly, keep the pressure on me on the clock, but missing a clear pawn like that is a very big blunder. I was playing somebody at the same time. Oh, 2 games, simul style. Neil Swint said, you didn't see my piece sack in the Benoni game yesterday, though. No, I guess we didn't get to it. Ray Clay, what's up? Was it at the end of the game? Bishop e7. Very solid play by me, if I do say so myself. Can Marwa equalize? Yeah, I decided it was winning. You had a merciless move, sacking a piece or something that you wanted to show. We're running kind of low on time. Uh-oh, he's got d5 now. We're just an itty bit better. It's probably not enough to win. Simplifies everything. Almost a draw. His rook is going to be a little out of play. He played this move quickly. What's that about? He has tricks? Not yet, my friend. I'm not ready for the draw yet. Maybe it is a draw, but this move, rook b3, maybe even rook b4 was better because he would have some additional square on h4 with a check when my king goes to h7 or something like that. I'm not going to take a draw yet. I've got a chance to have 2 rooks in the 7th. He should play rook e1, I guess, here. I mean, maybe this is a draw, but I have no reason I have to take the draw right away. a5, rook d6. Not very impressive. Wait, what if I just play this? Uh-oh. He's not pulling any punches, so he's got to check. I take on b2, he checks, I go up. Okay, I still don't see it. Playing this fast. He's going after that pawn, but that doesn't matter, does it? I just play a5. He's kind of fishing around. There's that reason why I was talking about the b4 rook might have actually been better. To be really careful here. Now check and rook takes f2 perhaps. Takes. I don't know. It's still complicated. I might have messed this up. Well, what if I attack his pawn first? This will at least tie him down. g6 check. Pawn takes mate. Man, you're winning. I'm a solid 1200 and I know it. Well, it's winning is winning, but actually winning, it's not that easy. You know, I'm 1 pawn up in a rook ending. I mean, give me a break. That's not that easy to win. There's a reason why, like, some famous chess players said that all rook end games are drawn. He sacked his pawn. I was kind of joking. Whoa. He just went nuts, I guess. Wait a minute here. Can you really do that? Yeah, I mean, okay, whatever. Check. Check again. Then, like, take on a2. Now I'm winning. It appears. I think I'm winning this. So we need to work on rook end games. And Marwah's time management. We need to slow down when we have a bad position and take time. This is something a lot of people don't know to do. Don't be afraid, especially getting used to the increment though. If he doesn't play like 5+3, if he just plays 5-0, his pace is going to be much different than mine. Oops, illegal. My mouse skills are excellent, obviously. Yeah, let's drop a pawn. I didn't have enough coffee, guys. Where's Mr. Coffee? Just everybody, it's like the buddy system. Stay together. Hold hands. It's like going to kindergarten. The pawns have to hold hands with each other. Alright, now we got him where we want him. That's it. Alright, so objectively, if you go to the beginning of that rook ending where he offered a draw, you know, it's probably a draw. But I didn't like rook b3 like right off the bat. He played this move. If anything, I would prefer rook b4. Having that rook h4 check to throw in there. But it looks like a4. a4 pawns on the queen side is really a draw. So he got disheartened when I declined his draw offer. PQLLED, Neil Swint. Make sure the challenges are 5+3. Casual unlimited. Standard. Nope. 6-0. MF Dam. I'm only accepting 5+3. I'll make an exception for Juicebox Wizard because he supported the stream so much. I won't make him re-challenge the 5+5, but generally we're going to do 5+3. Mr. Coffee is here. What's up, man? Once lost an over-the-board game because I made an illegal move. Oh, on the over-the-board blitz, right. I've done illegal moves in over-the-board, like, long games, and that's just like a time punishment. You lose like 5 minutes off your clock or something. Or they add time to the opponent. I don't know what the current, like, I don't know what the current rule is. So, Bourrois wasn't out of his rights to, he was within his rights to offer a draw, in objectively a drawn position, but Black had a tiny advantage. He has to play accurately with that A4. Even Rook B4, like I said. Masters will never let you have easy draws. Positions like that. Alright, so D5. I'm not one to like play for a win in a drawing position, but I'm much more happy to give away draws to young players and hand out my rating points like candy than most. If you see my recent results, you know that's the case. But I will try if I'm a little bit better. Yeah, I like to castle. I like to make like 2 moves in a row. That's my favorite. It's a Benoni. Acerbate. E5 here transposes to the check Benoni. So it's not a Benoni anymore. It's a Banco. Kind of an unusual move by Black. Unusual order of moves, I'm trying to say. In my very awkward morning English. So B6. Just transposing to a Banco declined. It's hot here. I guess it's hot everywhere. It's hot. I don't know if it's hot in all the USA, but this is the worst week we've had where I'm at. As far as humidity and heat, it's really unpleasant. Is B3 Bishop B2 good versus the Banco? You can't really do that, you know. Oh, wait. Maybe there is some way you could do B3 Bishop B2, right? Okay, there is a variation. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I've seen that somewhere. I never thought it was like especially good. I feel like the best against the Banco are like either the accepted with E3. All these variations I've never played before. The accepted with E3, the accepted with F3. Yeah, in Europe it's super hot. But it's actually hot where I'm at too. Very humid, worse than hot though, where I'm at right now. I'm living in the United States though for this rest of this month. Yeah, it's really hot in Hungary now. I know. What am I supposed to do here? Like Bishop E2? I'm like suffocating. Yeah, it's hot everywhere where I want to be right now. I'll be going back on the 1st of September. I mean, I'll be streaming from the 1st of September, likely. Going back a few days before that. But then I'll be moving back and forth between the United States and Hungary, likely, over the course of the year. So now I decided to castle kingside. I don't know why I did this, because my brain is being fried by the humidity and temperature here. Actually, I think I intended to play knight... No. At first I was thinking about playing bishop f4. I guess castles is correct, though. Now he took with the queen. Okay, now I can play knight d2. Most people who play this move order that this guy PQLD is playing would typically take with a knight. But queen takes is kind of like a main line. You know, I even think that my move might be a mistake. Though what else am I supposed to play besides knight d2? Oh man, I don't know. This was a simul game I lost a long time ago. A live simul, I remember. Knight d2, queen c7. Maybe I'm supposed to play something else. But what? What else would you play? a4. I'm supposed to play a4. Serbia, 95% humidity. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how it is here. It feels like it's a lot hotter than it really is. It's like 84 degrees Fahrenheit, but it feels like it's like 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Niels, thank you for the donation. This week, X1 Horse 1 with 200, JCS 105, Saul 100, Niels with 100, Merrill Dixon 40. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. So we played queen c7, yeah. Now my knight is sort of stupid. This is how I lost the simul game I was talking about. I played knight c4, the guy played knight b6, and then I played like knight e3, which was just tangling up all my pieces. So I guess now I have nothing better than to play a4 anyway. And then there's this question from Infinite Flash Chess. Why would you play the Benko where the guy's got an a-pawn? It's not quite that simple. If you look at the statistics, White scores pretty well with this line. I think it's probably one of his best scoring variations. But I hear you, man. Like, I'm not up a pawn, and black does get kind of counterplay along the b file in this line. So I've been thinking about playing something different against the Benko for years. I would definitely like to change. I know you have the Celsius scale, same in Hungary. I mean, the same in Europe. But, you know, it's probably in the neighborhood of the mid-30s. Can we get a correlation between... Somebody look up 95 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius, please. Okay, rook b8, he's taking my advice. Then a5, I guess. Taking away the b6 square from the black pieces. But this is annoying, you know, I can't do anything. It's hard to break free. I mean, I don't know, like the one time I played the Queen's the Benko accepted, I got crushed. Or I lost, anyway. It was an unpleasant loss. With Vladimir Lazarev. The one time I tried it. And then I just left a bad taste in my mouth, and I didn't want to do it anymore. So I always just played the declined. I always had reasonable results with this line, though. I only lost, I think, against Wojtkiewicz once. And that was the same line as this with queen takes b6. But I played it inaccurately. It was slightly different. At least I learned something from that, though. The Lazarev game, I just did like what you're supposed to do and lost. Playing against the Benko is not easy. It just feels like black has more fun. Yeah, sometimes they get desperate and they play for f5. You know, you have to ask a Benko expert when that's okay and when that's not okay. I mean, it's always risky. It's kind of like going against the grain of the position, almost. I don't really want to trade pieces here. There was knight b6 as well. Avoiding exchanges, he can go back, then I have to decide. As I mentioned earlier, I had a bad experience with putting my knight on e3. It just gets in the way of the bishop, and it's just very awkward for white if you have to play that. You know, in the Benko and the Benoni, you see like fianchetto Benoni, where white goes like knight a3 to avoid exchanging pieces. Actually, I just like wasn't paying attention. I should have taken on e5. Man, I'm insane. Hey, want to repeat moves, dude? I'm thinking about taking here. Oh, he just dropped a pawn. This is actually, I think, you know, possibly even a mistake. Trading that guy. Will the H file turn out to hurt me? I mean, I can always play h3. What would you have done if the pawn on h6 wasn't hanging? I was debating between playing knight takes c8 and taking that bishop, or maybe yeah, I would have, well, possibly just exchange knights on e5. It's a decision. I don't know. One or the other. Yeah, he's trying this desperate counterattack. Is h3 a good move, or is just weakening my position? He'll have to sack a piece to break through. It's a bit weird. Probably I shouldn't do that right away. We're playing for e5 now. You beat flash to it? Oh, well, if a6 was hanging, yeah, I didn't notice that. Maybe I'm just winning the a6 pawn. I mean, this looks really strong. He has knight takes f4. I want e6 to work so bad, but how does it work? How does it work, guys? Tell me. I'm sure that it worked somehow. I could have played like e6, taken twice, and bishop d5. Now he's got this check. What about bishop d5? Even queen e3. Oh, that's actually not so bad for him. So I basically just lost the pawn. This king is really sketchy. I guess I didn't really lose it. This rook takes is not bad. I have lag here. We're always better. I mean, now this is going to be deadly. Well, clearly advantage for white. Okay, we were never in really big trouble. Hello, I'm streaming you on a big screen from a chess camp, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hey, what's up, Julesy? Nice to see you. Alright, I'm sorry I don't look better today. It's very humid. Alright, Neil Swint. I don't want to be on the big screen. I feel very self-conscious. But we're just playing some 5+3 blitz here. You're welcome to do so. Screen the stream. Making me nervous now, all those people watching. I'm just playing 5+3 blitz. We're taking all the subscribers. I mean, viewers. I'm not awake yet. You're not allowed to watch till I'm fully awake. Queen c2. Didn't have time to have a good coffee this morning. Alright, so you're streaming me for a chess camp in Pittsburgh. I have to keep it family friendly like I always do. Queen c2. Alright, we've been playing b6 against everybody, and this is a kind of hyper modern opening. I think this move has been like really under a cloud forever, except for like the last 10 years where it started to be realized that this is actually not bad for black. There's so many different moves against this variation of the Dimzo. C5, castles, D5, and I even played Queen E7 against Axel Gergo last year. He thought for 30 minutes when I played Queen E7, which is like, yeah, the Ponda. Good moment for the Ponda. Hey, what's up? I'm the chess Ponda. Alright? Black and white animals, best for supporting chess. Zebras, pandas. The joke is that I lived part of the year in Hungary, and I came up with the chess Ponda because the pronunciation of Ponda in Hungarian is actually, it literally sounds like that. So it sounds like Ponda. We don't say panda. In Hungarian they say Ponda, you know. So I was like, hey, he's black and white. It sounds like a pawn, you know. I mean, it makes sense. Bishop G5 now. This move isn't the critical move. White should really play like E4. Probably E4 or even A3 are also critical. Bishop G5 is okay here. But I think E4 is the critical test for like questioning whether B6 is a good move or not. I have some really cool games with Haberbaum, one of my subscribers. E4, and then not BB7, which is like what you expect. Black plays C5, and this is what's revitalized this whole variation. The E4 C5 after B6, not Bishop B7. So this sort of transposes to a different variation, basically like Bishop G5. I guess I can play H6 and G5 now. Weakening the king side. Tushar, what's up? So we got some regulars, we got some new people too. You know, watching. This stream is like a multi-purpose stream. It's kind of in the morning so that my friends in Europe can watch, because most of my streams while I'm in the United States have been really like in the afternoon, which is too late for the European players. It's also a stream that's meant for new people to be able to just challenge me, because I usually take a lot of subscribers. Bishop takes F6 now. This move looks weak. I mean, black's just taking the bishop pair, and I thank you for giving up that bishop pair. Yeah, but now my turn. I can go back to F8 if you really wanted to be a crazy man or woman or whatever. You can play bishop F8 here. It's extremely hypermodern, but I'm gonna play like just simple, probably correct. You know, bishop takes C3. So bishop takes C3, queen takes C3, and it's equal. It's equal, but you know, maybe black's, yeah, this was like awkward for white because he couldn't play E3 without dropping a pawn there. Notice bishop takes F3. So it wasn't like a matter of luxury. I don't think Niels had a choice. Like, the queen defends the knight on there. So I could take here. Bishop takes F3, going for a clear structural advantage. Bishop takes F3, queen takes F3. We trade twice. I play like C5 or something. Let's see. Take. Castles, queenside, king E7, F4, knight C6. You know, it's an interesting idea to take on F3. It's very concrete. He did do the trade right away. So here I was thinking, though, you know, this idea of C5 was my first mention, but maybe knight C6 is interesting. To play knight C6, castles queenside, and then like E5. When I just have a strong knight. Can I really support it properly, though? I'm not so sure. I'll go with variation A. My normal schedule is around 10 a.m. in the EU. Yeah, like I'm going to be moving back to Hungary for the fall, couple of fall months, and it'll be like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. EU time, which is obviously really early here in the US. So most people don't watch my stream from the US on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unless they're up at 4 a.m. But I do a couple of afternoon streams on Thursdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays. So basically like 3 streams a week where I'm streaming a time that's like kind of in the afternoon. I'm afraid that my advantage is almost non-existent here. I actually talked about him taking right away. That might have been possible too. I'm just trying to get a grip on d4. If I get my knight on there, unopposed, black will be better, probably. The other possibility was white, like, trying to play for f4 and bishop g2, obviously. You know, coming out here and taking out my rook. But I thought I had enough time. Is usually that big of a structural edge, in your opinion? It all depends, you know. There's so many factors in the game. I mean, one little doubled pawn is like a small amount of factorage, factorage in a position. But I mean, it's like if it's simplified, if it's an endgame and there's not a lot going on. But now Neil Swint is just lost. I mean, I'm just taking this. It's over. Not over. He's down a pawn. He can play on for like 60 moves probably. But theoretically, I would really be very, very angry with myself if I didn't win this position. Because I'm up a pawn and I have a very dominant knight. And, I mean, it's going to be hard to win it. He just resigned. It's kind of pessimistic, though. You definitely shouldn't resign. Alright. Juicebox Wizard. Juicebox Wizard 5+5. I'm making an exception for Juicebox because he's supported the stream a lot. If you guys want to support the stream, you can donate bits. Here on Twitch, you can donate via PayPal. On my Twitch stream, there's a PayPal button. Also, check out my YouTube channel, Video Chess Training on YouTube. Got a lot of challenges. Thanks a lot, Niels, for resigning. Early to other people who get to play is basically what he's saying. Juicebox has been very supportive of the stream, so I'm not like gonna force him to play 5+3. He put in a challenge for 5+5. I need AC, I know. But it's just not really worth it when the truth is you only need the AC for like, you know, 3 weeks or 4 weeks out of the year. Bishop b4. Here we go again. Bishop takes b4. We'll do this like this is a clinic on bishop takes f3 and giving doubled pawns. Can we get 10-minute view minimum or whatever? Is Soltigo here? Can we set it up like we set it up yesterday, that we can discourage any trolling? Man, this guy is up at 10 a.m. Okay, e takes f3 here. Too sharp what? Did Soltigo leave? I don't know the command. Make a 10-minute view for joining the chat. Soltigo, can you set that up again so we can kind of discourage any trolls? Do we do a 10-minute viewership? I think it would be. I did the blocking, but the blocking's not enough. Alright, let's see. Hold on a second here. Sorry guys, just had to fill out something. Alright, I'm back to the game now. So, I don't think that black is really better here, despite the pawn. But this isn't typically what I see b3. Yeah, you have to bring it up to a little bit more. Make it followers only and a 30-minute follower mode. Yeah, I think Tushark is probably correct. So b3. I'm not sure if followers is going to matter, but 30-minute follower mode is probably good. Typically what I've seen here is not b3, but white playing like castles d3. The best setup that I've seen so far, castles d3. This is very good, by the way, f4, but D3, A3, knight somewhere, and then rook B1, and playing for B4. So I think Juicebox should be playing for B4, basically. Though B3 is interesting. I don't think I've seen this exactly, but he does do something important here. He's actually blocking me from my usual plan of like knight maybe G6, bishop G7, or E6. He's ignoring me. So I'm trying to get into, I'm getting into D4. So far so good. We've got very good lockdown on the D4 square. He could have played G4. It would have been really risky to do this though. Excuse me, like with my knight on H6 here. That's an interesting move. Possible though. Sidelining my knight on H6. Now bishop B2. But we're good to go. As long as we can play bishop G7 and counter the bishop on B2. I'm just hoping for a like slight long-term advantage, basically similar to what we had last game. Take it easy, Infinite Flash Chess. Similar to what we had last game. Same thing. Now, do I want a castle, or can I play something aggressive like H5 maybe? I think I'll just content myself with castles. This is actually pretty good by Juicebox Wizard so far. He's had a problem in the past where, in my opinion, he weakens his pawns too much. Oh, you're not leaving, sorry. Alright, whatever. You're welcome to stay. So he's had a problem where he's made too many pawn moves, and this is a common mistake that a lot of beginners make. He's working on it, obviously. I mean, here I think he's been okay so far. This is actually appropriate. The F4 to the C4. He's actually made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pawn moves, at least. But in the English opening, a closed position, it's kind of necessary to make a number of pawn moves. Alright, now, what do I do? Trade this guy off. Rook takes. E6, kick him out. This is a very strong knight. Needs to go. I was very happy and relieved to see you go. No, I'm just like happy to like notice people's comments and like wish them well before they leave. Normally I miss a lot of things, you know, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, let's say something before he leaves. I didn't miss it. Alright, E6. Kicking him out. And then we've got the same thing as last game, basically. It's not really exciting, I admit, like playing this style for black. I had one tournament game against a master from somewhere in the Midwest. James Ellis, I think. And it took a long time to beat him. I mean, it was like a 65 move game. But eventually I took it down. That was 15 years ago. Alright, now I'm not sure what to do. Not sure what to do. We've got the D4 square. I admit I'm playing like, I wish I was playing like Magnus. I think this is logical. Knight D4. If he ever chases this out, now I have knight H4, so that's probably not very good. My knight is fairly solid. He plays knight E4, but I can always play D5 at some moment. The question is when, I think, not if. When to play D5. If I play it right away, he takes twice and plays knight C3, then I'm paralyzed to have to defend that pawn. It's kind of awkward. So I should get a little more development somehow, it seems like. Turkey Farm here? Yeah, what's up? Thank you guys for subscribing. Oh, Clash Kid's here. Clash Kid, I know, will be happy the stream is going back to European time in about 3 weeks. Good to see you guys. So, knight G5. Where's he going with knight G5? Back to F3 to try to trade my knight off, presumably. I also was thinking about B5. Okay, this is basically something of a cheapo, but I just kind of like this diagonal. What's up, Turkey Farm? Thank you guys for subscribing. Oh, did you just subscribe, Clash Kid? He just resubscribed. Okay, 13 months in a row. Lucky. A lucky number. So now we can win the exchange with knight f3 check. He kind of fell for my little cheapo. Knight f3 check, takes, and just make sure that you're not walking in any kind of traps. Yeah. I mean, his knight on e4 is strong. That concerns me slightly. There is knight e2 check as well. So which way is better? Which way is better? Knight e2 check. Queen takes, queen takes. Does it really matter? Alright, I'm about to lose on time, so let's not think too much. But I do have 5-second increment. That's tons. Like, I can go forever with that. You're seeing one stream per week. Did you, Clashkid, did you watch the Hungarian Grand Prix? You didn't go, did you? I know you're a big fan of Formula Edge. And the Hungarian race was like a week ago, right? Right, that's what I was thinking. Okay. That's awesome. It's got to be really, really hot in Budapest now. Actually, all over Europe. So he goes for this. I was a little concerned about this knight, you know, possibly getting into f6. What do I play? Like knight d4. Now my queen's going to get trapped. I also have knight h4. That seems awkward somehow now. This is getting weird. My queen is weird. I think I just blundered. Who narrowly didn't blunder. He has knight f6 check, king g7, queen e5, but I can play knight e2 check, and then that's a miracle I'm not lost. I just totally was like letting him do that. Very awkward here with my queen on b2. Not really what I wanted, but I can play f5 next move, stopping knight f6. If you move back to Europe, I'll be seeing 2 streams per week. That's 2 is better than 1. Irrational fears. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is completely irrational to fear g5. It's a strong knight on f6. Not the kind of thing I normally want to allow, but he doesn't have time for that, luckily. Queen e5, knight e2 check, just trades stuff. You know, at the very minimum, trades the knights off, and I'm winning up the exchange. Or I can just trade queens. You reopened your eyes, it was 6:56 in the morning. It is 10:50 here. Your clock is fast. Whoa. Alright. We will take this. We're up a rook now. And I have f6, so we're out of the woods. And winning. Juicebox Wizard. Good setup, though. You had it going for a while there. But eventually got a little bit tied up. Dropping that cheapo on b2. And now we're winning. So September will be daylight time or normal time? Well, I mean, I think Hungary is, you know, it has daylight savings time, you know, the same as the United States. So the only difference is there's a slightly different week when they change, like the difference is like a week or something. 1 or 2 weeks difference between when they actually change the clocks or not. So did you play a tournament in the US? No tournaments. I had thought about maybe possibly doing it, but I didn't have time. So our Serbian friends here, also from Eastern Europe, I will be returning in like 3 weeks. Clash Kid, have you played any chess over the board since the summer? Because I know you've only been on like 1 or 2 streams. C takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6. What am I doing? Okay, we're playing the Open Sicilian. Actually, now I don't have many options. I only play knight c6 here. But I suddenly had a bad feeling like I played him in this line before. And you're working his way. He's working his way to the 20 under me. Yeah. Thank you to Shark for revealing my secret plans. I'm working my way to the under 2300 section. Well, that would be cool. I only need to lose like 50 more points. Bishop c1. Was it this move that we faced before? Kind of an unusual line. Soltigo. What? Well played, Juicebox. Okay. Well played the opening. You know, then he got cheapoed on b2. But I think what he did is pretty interesting, the b3. As I said, like playing for a3 and b4, like a little bit more standard. You played in Czech Open B tournament. That's cool. One of the worst experiences of my life ever was in that tournament. It was like 20 years ago. It was so hot, I wanted to die. And it was like, they probably still have it there, but it was played in a big gymnasium in the middle of July, you know. And it was, well, you know, like high 30s, you know, Celsius, extremely hot. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was that I got like poisoned by the water when I got there, like the first night. It couldn't have been food poisoning because I don't think I ate anything. I just drank from the water like when I arrived. And in some places it says not to drink the water there in Pardubice. So, I mean, I'm not sure how the status of it is now, but this is in the Czech Republic. I was like ill the entire tournament in this like 40 degrees conditions. It was pretty horrible. Not a positive memory. But it's a good tournament. It's like a real chess festival. They have a lot of different events. Yeah, it was like Montezuma's Revenge in Eastern Europe. So, 93. Not well played by the S villain. Borkro, oh, you're in the B tournament? Wait, is Borkro here? He was in the B tournament? You guys played in the same tournament and didn't know each other? That's cool. Or you just have played in the past, Borkro. Did you play this year? Borkro actually did well in our Blitz tournament the other night, or actually Rapid tournament the other night. It was very competitive. So, let's think a little bit here. Want to watch my d-pawn. We have another one of our followers, Yubadis, who played in the Extracon Open in Denmark, in Copenhagen. That's also a good tournament that I've never actually played in. And look at this guy go. He's got all kinds of tactics all the time. Well, I guess it's out of the question to take on c4. Taking on c4, not a good idea. Those are probably two of the best summer tournaments in Europe. The Czech Open and also Copenhagen. There's obviously lots of good events though all over the place. I noticed that tournament in Barcelona, this, what is it called? Sunway tournament, like it didn't seem to have as big a following as it had in the past. Wonder what happened there. Like BG5. The S villain is playing very fast here. You'll repeat it again. What do you like most about chess? Oh man. Any particular set of factors that I identify most with? Well, I like the geometry of chess. I think if you're talking about like the game itself. I like, you know, I'm very social. I like to meet people. Dialogue with people pieces, looking like art and emotion while the game is happening. Concept of war and ideas. The benefits and value it provides kids when taught properly. I mean, for me, I think I'm pretty competitive, so I like the competitiveness of it as a sport. But I can also identify with the artistic side, like I was saying about the geometrical part of chess, which I find, you know, pretty interesting. Whew, that's a tough question to answer, though. This is a very fast time control for me. I never play blitz anymore. I'm always doing like rapid chess. I feel like we should have something here. But knight takes, and then knight takes. You almost want to play bishop takes e3, knight takes c4 to go opposite color bishops. Maybe I don't have to do anything. Just go here. There's this bird outside making a very strange noise. Distracting. Always making excuses. I decided to do none of the above. Not take anything. Not simplify. One thing that I do, talk about a lot lately is actually he's doing good with the pieces here. One thing that I talk about a lot is, in fact, man, this is annoying. He's just kicking me back with his pieces. Can I play g5? That looks mental. g5 looks that's just too weakening. So really tricky situation here. I mean, he's not letting me trade anything. I can't seem to simplify in a positive way. Bishop takes e3. Okay, fine. And then what? He has a little bit of compensation. d5's almost working. d5. d5's really changing the whole game, man. I'm not super excited about that. Yeah, I don't know if I did the right thing or not. Man, I could be in trouble here. We gotta watch that diagonal. That's pretty nasty. Okay, we do have him tied down to e4 for what that's worth. He's like 1600. I think I complained about how good he was last time. Now I have f5, which doesn't work. That's good. Dangerous blitz player for his rating. You like my choice? That's a crow? Could be. Guys, I'm taking as many challenges as I can get here. He's primitively piling up. He knows only one way forward. Being tied down to e4 doesn't help his case. I think he had better ways of playing this, where he was going to like pile up on d6 more quickly and stuff. Now the time has come. We're taking another one. We've got him. Another one bites the dust. That's a lot of pawns we're talking about now. This is gonna be a life-changing. It's a life-changing amount of pawns. Like winning the lotto. Oh, that's another one. We'll take them all. We'll take them all. Alright, that's another one. Man, I'm greedy. I took everything. Got 7 against 2 now. Seagull, you should know, Soltigo. Alright. Bombus is up next. Uh-oh. He's 22-21. I don't remember if that's up or down. if his rating's gone up or down. I don't think it was a seagull. I'm not that close to the beach. Alright. So Bombist up next. Knight f3, c5. Guys, what time is it now? We started at what? At 10 o'clock. We've been streaming for an hour. So I'm taking all the challengers I can get. 5+3 casual if you guys want to play. Scary rating. Yeah, I mentioned this last time. I don't have a really good system worked out against b3, knight f3, b3. I had this against Attila Seba. I managed to draw in December in a closed tournament, but I just have to kind of take it on a game-by-game basis. I don't have a repertoire, really, after knight f3, c5. You can do g6. I have done this. And allow bishop b2, bishop takes, knight f6. I mean, I know that seagulls can travel. They like the dump, Asterbait, though. They're not at my house. They're all at the dump. Much more to eat there. Castles. The dining is their #1 priority. So queen c2 pretty early. We can do like a counter fianchetto. They just don't like the dining around here. Yeah, they're definitely dump birds. If I play d6, is he gonna play d4 profitably? Yeah, probably so. I might have to play d5. Yeah, what's the general prescription against the reti anyway? Well, it all depends, you know. If knight f3, you can play like d5. Obviously, that's not really my repertoire, though. Seagulls, I don't think they naturally were meant to live the dump. But it's a human-influenced diet change. Diatribe. Oh, now I remember playing Bombist another game in this line. I'm basically playing kind of how like Botvinnik recommended. Now there's also queen takes, knight c3. I mean, queen takes is kind of cool. Not trading pieces. Bombist is a hedgehog guy. He's liking the hedgehog. It's a reversed hedgehog. Rook fd8, knight g4. They do stuff like that, you know, in situations where the colors are reversed. I've got this extra tempo here for whatever that's worth. I'm gonna like trade my guy anyway. Does this make sense? Let's play this first. I'm a little worried about f7 actually being a weakness. I used to play the hedgehog a lot with black. Now knight g4, trading pieces. I guess this is not really what Botvinnik would have done. He would have probably played e5 at some point. Now here I can play knight e5. We have like a reversed Imre Fanchi versus me game. I mentioned this. I had a blitz session with Fanchi Imre years ago after our tournament game, and like we just constantly played like all these hedgehogs. He's a really solid Hungarian IM. 2400 plus. Knight c4. Yeah, this all looks good. It's like an equal. It's like an equal. I better be careful. Queen d7, bishop g4, e6. Bombist has used no time. Notice for the entire game. He also has a very good score against me, almost equal. No, he's actually ahead, 11.5 to 9.5. Beat me again. Kind of incredible score. The GM line against the ready, yeah, d6, c, exactly, d5, c6, and bishop g4. I mean, not just GM line. I mean, I think it's just like the everybody line. Yeah, I guess he uses time sometimes, but apparently he's like an expert in this particular variation or something. However, now I could play e5. You know, he's maybe preparing b4. Maybe or definitely. So b4 is his idea. Driven him back. Maybe I should play b5 myself. Then we give him counterplay though. Even knight e5 is interesting. Knight takes e5, queen takes e5. I don't think those double pawns are that bad for me. It's kind of interesting. Let's try this, because I'm kind of getting low on time. I guess I could also try bishop a6 there. Do I take with the pawn or take with the queen, though? Kind of take the life out of the position. He's got such a time advantage. No, that line is played by everyone against the Reti. I recommend it to Reti Ricard. So Reti was actually from the Habsburg monarchy, right? He was like a... He wasn't really Hungarian, you know. I mean, his name may be Hungarian, but he was like living in what, Czech Republic? I don't know. Was he Czech? Reti Ricard. Now this is move. I was expecting b4 there. So bishop a6 looks interesting. It's also like rook c6. Played b4. Anyways. How can he be so fast? Really, like with his speed, I don't understand his ratings, you know? His bullet is 2000. He's got like a plus score against me. He's got some crazy stats. I think that he's underrated massively. Most ratings he's underrated. There's no way this guy is like 2000. Okay, bullet, I don't know. He's berserking a lot. Classical, he should be higher. Rapid rating is the most ridiculous of all. Alright, we're building up pressure on d3 now. This has worked out. Ah, haha. That's a good move. So a6. f3 stopping a4 cold. Cold. No, he's okay now. More or less. Kind of drawish, I guess. Put all my pawns on the right color. Color complex. So, Flora, right. Flora is definitely from Czech Republic. Flora a little bit later, though. I mean, we're talking about a different era. I'm surprised. So pawn takes pawn. Flora, one of my favorite players of all time, by the way. What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, I was worried I would be worse if I'm not careful. Dude is brutally strong. I guess I better exchange rooks on that one. got a 1-minute time advantage. I think Floor was just an awesome positional player. Okay, he accepted a draw here. I guess it's fairly equal. Really perfectly played game by White. Well played. Well played by both sides. Correct. So let's make sure everybody has like 100 games. I like to play like non-totally new accounts. Would you like to mention it's our turn? Okay. So guys, we have a Discord game, basically like a correspondence game between people in our Discord channel and myself. It's like one game, everybody like, you know, vote chess. So we have that in the Discord channel. So Tico just put the link up there. For a great player who is like not really a household name, the Czech master. He is a favorite of mine. Very, very strong strategic player. He outplayed the likes of the best players in the world many occasions. Yeah, that was a really good game by Bombast. The Discord game already started. Yeah, it's in like move 6 or something. Move 6 of the opening. It's a Queen's Indian. You guys, I played my most solid repertoire against the Discord channel. My most solid repertoire against d4. But I'm just trying to hold. Now here ABD played a kind of weird move order. Okay, yeah, this is cool. I'll play e4. I don't know, e5 would be weird. I could play f4 like a King's Gambit. Where's s4 today? The hive mind. Actually, s4, he was one of the main people why I did this stream. I mean, I was thinking he was on the stream almost every week. He's not here today. People do have a life outside of chess, unfortunately. So, you guys can check out our Discord channel, Pub Slaggy. I've got the game going on. Now, this is a kind of passive setup now for black. It's like an old Indian where you play b6 on move 3. That looks suspicious. So, old Indian, King's Indian, what have you. Bombas played well. I was fighting for not being worse in that game. So the hedgehog reversed. Good opening. Yeah. Chess players have a life. So it is a King's Indian where he's played like b6 trying to do like a double fianchetto. I mean, it seems like this looks like a good spot to play the 4 pawns attack. Not really my normal approach, but if black is going to play really slow with b6, the 4 pawns attack should be especially good. Oddly enough, I like to play knight a6 against the 4 pawns attack, but here with b6 in, you know, it's just a much worse version. Now it's a Benoni. Not such a bad, you know, setup. Although I have e5. e5 right away might be quite decent. e5, knight g4. And then if I play h3, knight h6, and like g4. It seems a bit weird. But let's try it. Let's see what he does. So he could play knight d7 here. That's maybe the lesser of the evils. What would Steinitz do? I can take on d6 and play f5 as a pawn sacrifice. Mule Skinner would like that. I'm not sure we have objectively enough compensation. This is... Yeah, see, he did this. e6 is possible as well. No. No, e6, take, and then queen d5, knight c7 saves everything. So what's this guy? He's from the Netherlands. Right, so now I feel like I've overextended myself. We could certainly sack a pawn. Castle sacking a pawn. But I was looking at sacking a pawn with like takes and f5. It's also kind of unconvincing. Maybe I overextended myself for real here. Just castles. Do I have enough compensation? Probably not. Castles, takes, 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 takes. Maybe I do have something. Alright, let's try it. I'm hoping my development justifies sacking this pawn. I think I had a hallucination. Anyway. Alright. So where do we go from here? There's d6. f5's not working yet. Could just play queen e1. Kind of like that. This was not the original plan, but it's a plan. A little bit coffee house. I don't know. I think this is a bit speculative. He got me into a situation that I'm not really used to playing. I mean, black's position was suspicious, but my pawn sack might be a little bit suspicious as well. Not sure if I really have enough, objectively. Maybe just enough, but I have to be careful. It's nice that black doesn't have knight f5. You can say that again, man. We don't want to see a knight coming to f5. Knight h6 to f5. Yuck. Now, his knight on c7 is very restricted. I mean, that's the only... These knights are the justification of this pawn sacrifice. Pieces are quite passively placed. But here, I mean, maybe queen e1 was a mistake. My original plan was to trade stuff and play bishop h6. But I'm not that sure because he has e6 at the end there and threatens stuff like queen h4. I think he should just castle right about now. And he's got a pawn up. The hive mind reminds me of the Boer Collective. Alright. Queen h4. We're just queen g3. Queen g3 is possible. Speaking of s4, one of our subscribers, he would like this vague position without really quite enough compensation. Borg. Queen g3, pawn takes pawn. Could even play f6 there. I have to come up with something. Queen h4 e6, excuse me. Then like knight g5, h6, and I'm toast. So I want to sack a piece. This is just not that convincing. I don't believe in my position. I'm not a believer. Coffee house, pawn sacrifice by International Master. I'm just down a pawn. The Ponda. Ponda would like this, but he usually likes to play h4. So black's offering the pawn back now. I guess I should take it. That's one way to simplify, but this leaves me with some sort of advantage, you know, giving the pawn back. Now I have a protected passed pawn on d5. It's not that easy to promote, but if we're patient. Oh, s4 is here. Now our correspondence game seems in drawish position. No position is drawish with you, man. He makes all the moves you're suggesting. He's a psychic. E5? I don't think I suggested that one. Wow. Alright, now it just looks like I'm better. I went from worse to better. Knight c6 is really strong. That looks kind of evil. Yeah. Black's in danger zone now. Is that queen trapped? It's just trapped. Ouch. Is it trapped completely? Not completely. It looks like I win the exchange at the very least. Seems like I should get more than that out of this. Now I'm getting greedy. When I get greedy, that's where I usually mess up. So I can at least win the exchange with bishop e7. Knight e8 should have been played. Knight e8 with the idea of blockading the d6 square. Kind of a good maneuvering plan. We are winning. Is an exchange enough, though? He has a pawn. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have a pawn for the exchange. If I trade and play bishop d6, just play bishop d6 first. e7, whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, people. He's got to trade queens, and I'm going to win the exchange on f8. It's enough for white. Akiba says, you mentioned the Blumenfeld Gambit the other day, looking interesting, but white have played super solid against it, and not accepting when I tried it. You see, that's the problem I mentioned in my stream. People don't accept the Blumenfeld Gambit when you try to play it. That's the large problem there. Thanks, guys, for supporting the stream. We have donations from X1 Horse One, JCS, S4 this week. So much, thank you. So, Wesley, what's the next move? Just d6 looks pretty strong. Like, I don't even have to win the exchange. But again, I'm not going to be greedy. We're kind of low on time. f5 a pretty good move, actually. Sort of shutting it down, closing up the position. And I'm actually messing this up probably as we speak. Okay, he could have missed something there. Knight f6, knight g4 looked pretty nasty. With my bishop moved away on d3. Gets that in there with bishop, yeah, with his bishop working together. Could be pretty awkward. Now I have g4, so I'm just, now we're just totally winning. This is the last straw that broke the proverbial camel's back, I think. He doesn't want to allow me to play g4. No, I did qualify my discussion of the Blumenfeld Gambit yesterday with this very important factoid that no one allows it, you know. Actually, I had rook e7 here too. Oh, we just trade. We just trade. We have knight e7 check. I'm actually winning a pawn, it looks like. Alright, we got out of that though. I just want to look at this for a second just to prove what I was talking about. I don't think I have enough compensation for the pawn. Let's see. The Stockfish likes it. It's like, yes you do. It wants to play h4. Ponda. The chess Ponda. I told you guys h4 was the right move, but he wouldn't let me play it. Chess Ponda. It makes some sense. I mean, I would definitely do that in a Pirtz type of situation, but I've already played c4. It's a queen pawn game. So, Asterbait, you're going in the wilderness, man, for 16 days. Alone. Reality show. No, Asterbait is not on a reality show. He's going to the wilderness for 16 days, though. It sounds fun. No internet. The computer thinks I had compensation here. Wow. So what does it want me to do? F takes e5, knight takes e5, and then bishop f4. It's not all that much different from what I did, essentially. Alright, so Stockfish thinking I really do have compensation. Takes bishop h6 would have been my first pick, but I wasn't sure about this. Like e6. Now I have the queen e1. So I'm being pessimistic again. Probably my queen e1 wasn't bad. Just taking a look at this game for a moment here. Castles. Now what? Queen g3. So it thinks I have compensation. He gives back the pawn with e5. Someone suggested knight e8. Yeah. Was it Turkey Farm? Yeah. Have a great time, man. No internet. It's good for you. Get away from the computer. Alright, Reza, let's check him that he doesn't have less than 100 games. Yeah, he does. It's like a new account. Alright, I don't really want to play like new accounts. He has just bullet games. So I'm not going to accept that. Sorry, but I'm not going to play anybody who has less than 100, like, other than bullet games. Nothing personal. MF Dam, do you have 100 games? Okay. He's got 100 blitz games. So I'm going to accept that. Not accepting anybody with... bullet games don't count. And I'm not accepting anybody with, like, less than 100 games. So D4. Cave Lake, Nevada. You may chicken out and rent a lodge. Let's see if MF Dam is here. New opponent, but he's got 800 blitz games. Playing the Blumenfeld. The Budapest, the city where I live when I'm not in the United States. So bishop f4. So guys, if you want to play, just I ask you have 100 games. If you don't and I decline it, go and play 100 games. Come back next time. My next stream is going to be Sunday, actually. Usually we have a simul on Sundays, so I'm doing a 25 board simul on Sunday, this Sunday at 4:30 EDT. Thanks in advance, guys. Clash Kid, can you make it? Too late for you, right? I know that a lot of the European players, it's kind of late. You know, personally, I don't like to play at like 10:30 at night either. You know, so when I was younger, the Budafeld, the Budafoki Ut. Okay, Queen E7, that's a new one. Normally that's played later. You know, you'll see like Bishop E4 check and then Queen E7. He's playing Queen E7 front loaded. You're welcome, MF Dam. The front loaded, it's like a English defense or what? No, the England Gambit, English defense. England Gambit. There was a master named England, like the actor who played Freddy Krueger. Robert England. Yeah, I understand, Clash Kid. That's understandable. I also don't like to play like after say 9 p.m. My game goes to crud. Alright, so what should we do here? We give him the pawn back? I'm not greedy, you know. I'm willing to give you the pawn back. But I think your development is going to be hard because difficult to achieve. Because that the weird queen on e7. Now we do have knight 95 right away, actually. This may be, in fact, extremely strong. Maybe even winning. Wow. Is life so easy? Knight takes f3 check. There's this weird variation here. No, I was thinking crazy things already. All right, I'm gonna have hallucinations any moment. I'm thinking he can play like queen sack or something. What could I miss? So 25 players, 40-40 simul guys on Sunday. The thing is, be here at 4:30 when the simul starts and join my simul screen or whatever you want to call it, the simul lobby, and register to play. I accept 25 players. We take the subscribers first. It lasts like 3 hours, so if you do get a place, be prepared to play for 3 hours. It's been a little longer than 3 hours lately. The last couple of simuls have been brutally long, like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Some of the last games. So we hit e7, we hit c7, and he's flagging here. I don't mean like flagging on time, but so knight takes c7 check. Interesting. Sacking the rook. Le rook. Alright, we're going to take the rook. The rook. We take the material, be greedy about it. He has a little bit of tricks. He's on my bishop. He also has things like knight to d4 and bishop b4 check, obviously. So one has to be a little bit cautious here. Bishop is hanging. Moves like queen d2 aren't good. I could just retreat the bishop back to d2. That's one possibility. Rook c1 is another possibility that makes some sense. I think I like this. How am I going to shake that knight off of d4 though? Rook c1, and then e3. It's kind of awkward. You could just do a check on c7. That's obviously not a great move. Or is it? Bishop c7 check, king e8, bishop d6. I have the feeling something bad will happen to me there. Like knight to d4. Maybe if you look further, it's not such a bad idea. This is weird, but let's try it. Let's not say we did. I may have just got myself in a lot of trouble. I think I did just get myself in a lot of trouble. There's got to be a way out of this, though. Put myself in the line of fire. e3. Bishop e4 check. Not a good move. So bishop d6 was my idea. Bishop takes d6, queen takes d6, knight d4. And I could be in trouble, actually. But he played it right away. So hopefully I didn't miss anything here. But he had that first exchange on d6, which I missed myself. Cutting this a little too close. Yeah. If he just exchanges first on d6, bishop takes, queen takes, knight d4, it's surprisingly difficult to find something for white. Do I have anything there? Well, he's not threatening mate or anything, you know, so I could even play some sort of insane move like e3. Because he doesn't have queen b4 check. So this is a problem for black. I think he's lost here. Knight takes f3 check, pawn takes f3. Yeah, that's bad. Everything's bad, but he did have bishop takes d6 last move. So I was careless. I mean, I knew this was dangerous, but I was like, oh no, bishop d6 is good. We covered everything, but I forgot he could exchange first, which is kind of counterintuitive. Monkey pushing wood. How do I find the hive mind game? Soltigo. Queen a6. It's mate, right? Man, let's see how bad this was. So you just exchange on d6. Thank you for the game. I guess there's something I missed. So I am winning, apparently. Always, like, pessimistic. Wow, so I do have just rook d1. Any sort of move. Rook d1 or rook b1. This I didn't see. I probably might have found it, but apparently white has nothing. I mean, black has nothing after this. Knight c2 check here. Black is toast. Okay. I should have made sure, though. Not good analysis by me. Soltigo, I don't know. Can we? Can somebody help me describe how to find the Discord game? Okay. Soltigo volunteered to help you. Volunteered to help you. Alright, guys. We got time for a couple more games. Clash Kid challenges. I don't know if we'll get to the Clash Kid. Let's see how much time we have here. 30 minutes, basically. Clash Kid. We'll try to get to Clash Kid. He challenged me 5-5. Actually, this is a correspondence that I won't play. We'll try to finish these games out, but I no more challenges, guys. I can't get beyond that. Clash Kid challenged me to what? 5-5. Popular challenge. Master account. Uh-oh. He has... I asked for 50 games, anyway. As long as it's not rated. I shouldn't have played this guy because he's less than 100 games, but whatever. He has 99 games and half of them are bullet. I will accept correspondence challenges if they're like 5 days or longer. Not the indefinite ones either. It's like a Queen's Gambit accepted with C6. That's good for me. So master account there, he needs to play, like, to justify this pawn grab, he needs to play bishop e6. My friend Zoltan Varga plays that a lot. So he basically blundered into a classic trap here. These are the maximum challenges I can play, guys. I don't have time for more. My Discord channel, yeah. This is where we're playing this game I'm talking about. Hold on a second, I gotta turn on the fan. Turn up the fan to maximum. I'm not taking any more challenges after Clash Kid. That's definitely the limit for today. The master account with a classic mistake allowing the f7 sack. You're black, no white games against me? Never. Wait, what are you talking about? No white games against me? Never? Everybody votes for a move? Yes. No, you guys are white. The Discord channel is white against me, Clash Kid. I don't know if you're referencing your record in like simuls or something. Do you have like way more blacks, Clash Kid? You used to get white against me, and at some point you stopped. Is that like what happened? Yeah, they have white. It's a Queen's Indian. It's like move 6. It's not too late to join. I'm playing as solidly as I can in the Discord vote chess game. What? Blundered the opening already? What are you talking about? What are you talking about there, Asterbait? You didn't like something? Why not Queen C8 on move 9? You mean move 10? I don't know. It looks vague to me. Maybe it's good. Queen C8, King F7, Queen takes B7, Queen takes G2, Rook F1. Yeah, I was too lazy to calculate that far. That's the main reason why not. But I don't like to go, you know, on tangents when I'm up material with a winning position. So I don't really look that much for such moves in this time control. If it was a longer game, yeah, I would have seen it. Alpha Zero disliked your opening choice. Ah. That's refreshing to hear. I decided to avoid the exchange of queens because I have the initiative. He can't castle. Well, he can castle queenside. He's trying to trade queens. Again, he's trying to trade queens. Somebody mentioned queen c8. Normally when you're down material, you don't try to trade queens. But Master Account really wants to do that. I don't know. I'm going to grab this. Being greedy now. Do I have knight e4? There's also f4. This could be dangerous though. I don't like c5. He's had some opportunities, but he passed on them. Seems like it was better to play like knight d7 and just get developed there for black. Now he played queen f7. Now rook h8 traps my queen, so got to get out of here. But again, I have queen c8 threats. Now again, he can castle. So knight e4 doesn't work. Knight b5 looks interesting. Can also just play e4. That's dangerous. I start to have serious problems now along the h file if I'm not careful here. Just play a safe move. Are you going to play monthly classical Inc. Arena too? Generally never have time. Too many other things going on. One day maybe. Queen e6. I mean, I'm up material here. I wouldn't mind trading queens. Even if it means I have to lose a pawn back. I'm actually up 2 pawns. So I can afford to lose one. Though maybe black has good drawing chances. This was objectively a mistake. Yeah, this is objectively not my best move. But I don't like that move. I really thought, you know, he would win my pawn straight away on d5. He's got the nasty mate almost. Ooh. Man, I better be careful here. This guy's kind of scary. I've got to be really, really careful. I almost played like a suicidal move. e4, bishop d4 check. I have to be careful not to get mated there. Master account. See, I shouldn't have played them though. I don't want to play more accounts that have like 40 games. A lot of times they're like trolling me and stuff. Move 11 said, have you ever looked at bishop e4 on the Royal Pez? Sounds familiar, Move 11. It kind of sounds familiar. Not really, though. No, I've never seen anyone seriously play that. I have knight e6, e4, knight g4, bishop c3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, rook takes h2. This has to be good. Master account. This is taking forever. I thought this game would be over quickly after bishop takes f7. He defends like a genius. I don't want to allow bishop takes d4. We are probably winning here, objectively. He just did a chess lecture recommending it. Wow. I mean, objectively, that's a very, very strange move to play. Kind of, maybe an interesting, you know, secret weapon or something. Objectively can't be good. Bishop e4 against the Royal Pez. e45. And I can trap his rook on h2. The digestion of rook. Right. Now we're just up a piece, so it's easy. Alright, next game. We still got 4 challenges. Ooh. Alright, is this player with games? Brand new account as well. Oh man, come on. Alright, I gotta be more careful. Played APA before, didn't we? And Jaquai. Okay, he's legit. Last couple games, guys. He's 12.59. I hope this isn't rated. He knows his theory so far. A mainline exchange variation. F3 kind of unusual, but I suppose it's not altogether bad. Probably a reasonable sideline. Almost everyone plays queen b3. I have seen, I guess, knight f3 and knight e2 before. Kind of weakens the white king side, though. That's the obvious drawback. Now queen b3. Well, now he plays it. Yeah, it's some sort of sideline. I guess I could play other moves as well, but I don't really want to trade queens with a 1200. He's 1,000 in bullet, 1200 blitz, 1300 classical. So you should definitely make some mistakes. This is a mistake, but we have to think twice, making sure that there's no tricks. Knight takes d4, queen a4 check. We go back. It seems okay. There's also bishop b5 check. I can take that, or even bring the knight back. So it's okay. Looks good. Win a pawn. Tactical mistake. But generally speaking, you don't castle queenside in the exchange Caro-Kann. That's my territory. Your territory should be on the king side. You're supposed to play on the king side. I'm supposed to play on the queen side. For the most part. Minority attack here. Alright, we go on home. We're going home. So he sacked the pawn. Last couple games, guys. This could take a while. Alright, sack the pawn. Does he have any compensation? This was a good move, too. King b1. Not really enough compensation for a pawn. You might say he has some sort of compensation, but not enough compensation. The minority attack on the queen side, very standard. Maybe bishop g6 now. My bishop is isolated. Isolated bishop. Guy's still pretty good for 12.59. He dropped a pawn. But his game, like, holistically seems pretty good. He had sense for king safety, playing king b1 there. This is bad, though. You don't want to trade. You don't want to trade when you're down material. And this is a pretty nice endgame for me. Pretty good endgame. I don't know about king d7. I mean, I like to centralize my king in the endgame. I don't want to see a knight coming to e5 or something like that. But I don't see how he's going to get to e5 with the f3 pawn. He has to play like knight c1, knight d3. By that time, I'll be good to go. I still have 4 challenges. No, I can't take any more. That's it, guys. That's it for the challenges today. I got to go. Tomorrow will be Sunday. I'm going to try to finish out these challenges. Tomorrow will be Sunday. The next stream will be Sunday. Sunday Simul, 4:30 EDT. Guys, please support the stream if you can afford it. We appreciate the help. Make a PayPal donation or just here with bits on Twitch. Thanks X1 Horse 1 JCS S4. We also had support from Niels and Merle Dixon down the line. Move 11, Soltigo, Rufus, and Acerbate. So knight b3, again, you know, pretty good for a 1200. He has good fundamentals, but he overlooked the tactic. And I want to keep him off of c5 now. I don't want him coming in there. We're just going to milk this extra pawn. My knight is badly placed on f6 and nowhere to go. So we're redeploying to greener pastures here on d6 and c4. With very strong maneuvers available. Also f5. It's always looking boiling hot wherever I am. Yeah, man, it's hot now. It's hard to focus. My brain is like overloaded. I feel like I can't think. It's hot in Budapest where I'm supposed to go next. Hopefully it'll cool down by September 1st. So it just looks good for black. We've got a centralized king, an extra pawn, better pawn structure. Albeit double pawns, we can work with that. This is going to be a weakness long term on d4. Got 3 games remaining. 2 guys I played before, and Jakwai. Or Yakwai. Depends on where I'm living. If I'm in the US, it would be Ja. If I'm in Europe, it's Ya. Depends on where I am. My pronunciations. Knight d6. And he trades it off, which is probably the right thing to do. A good practical decision, not letting my knight get really strong on c4 or f5. Also a good move. Putting his pawns, you know, on white squares, at least, like the right concept. He also could play like h4, h5 maybe. So he's pretty credible for 1200. But made some small mistakes. I don't know if I should exchange rooks here. That's a patient move by him too. Gotta admit. This is kind of risky by me to play g5, but I wanted to discourage, I guess, h4. Did it anyway. Good eye. So now I'm shifting to the h-file. I didn't want to bring that pawn up to c3 to support his d4 pawn and unite his pawns. I'm taking over. This is my h-file now. If rook h5, I just win a pawn. There's really no counterplay for him. Maybe a4, a5. Looks like his best chance. Trading rooks in a4, a5. Yeah. I need one of those beer hats, you know. It's like a... It has like a place, like Homer Simpson had this, I think, in some episode. It has just a place to put beers. Oh, dude. That's polite. Okay. Yeah, obviously this is a draw. Like, clear pawn down with bad king and bad minor piece. He's offering a draw, man. I don't think so. But, you know, you're welcome for the game. He's like almost in Zugzwang, and he's offering a draw. It's cool. It's all cool. I'm going to play g5, f5, and then just create a passed pawn. Easy as that. Or else we'll just pick off his pawn on g4. Very strange. His idea to offer a draw here in a lost position. Yeah, we're just queening, dude. It's not too difficult. I hate when people offer draws in bad positions. It's like really bad sportsmanship. Anyways, you're not going to be able to stop this pawn. That's my extra pawn. Still a very credible game by 1200. Wait for this to finish. We'll play AP, Jakwai, and then the last one. Maybe I should have played... It doesn't matter. I mean... His knight is dominated. You know, it had literally has nowhere to go. Except for A1. And I was telling, like, before he should have played A4, A5. Yeah, good thing. Play it out, man. This is not a draw. Alright, AP. What's up? Last games, guys. I'm going to overtime here to play Clash Kid. I would normally end the stream now. But it's an online phenomenon. The inappropriate draw offers, yeah. They're usually little kids. I mean, they don't have a sense for it, you know, the morality of it or whatever. If you're under 12 years old, I guess, you know, unless you're like a tournament pro, you should be forgiven. B3 is interesting, the delayed B3. I think that E5 was played in these positions sometimes. I never really liked that structure though. Although it's justified because of the move B3. I feel like I'm playing E4, E5. We don't have to play if it's too late. I can join next week as well. We got 2 games left. We might as well do it, man. If you want, I'll play. I'm just going to be a couple minutes late. It's no problem. So I want to get the beer hat. That's a great idea. Bishop B2. Play for the dark squares. Think about chess in terms of controlling squares. The problem is I may have to exchange my bishop there. No, I'm not going to do so. I'll have to suck it up and play bishop h5. I don't remember my other game with AP now. He has barely enough games to qualify. Oh, this is Andrea Peroni. Okay, this is one of our old sort of regulars who has a new account. I forgot. Sorry, man. Knight h4, well played. Knight takes e4, knight takes g6, knight takes d2, knight takes h8, knight takes f1. I don't think that's gonna work. So it's kind of a weird Rossalimo-like position. I can win him quickly if I want it. I wish. I can win at will. Just win at will. No, it doesn't work like that. We might have the focus on d4 again, like those other games from the beginning of the stream, where I was just putting knights on d4 all the time. Now I got a new challenge. I can't take any new challenges, guys. Those are the last ones for today. Closing it down. Closing it down. 3 last games. I can play fast if I want to. Or if I need to go to the bathroom. Alright, it's 3 minutes left for this guy. Plus increment. But A3 doesn't really do anything. And I don't think this move has too much relevance. And now this is an important concept. I talked about playing for the dark squares. That's what I'm doing. And again, we had the same concept from the beginning. You know, knight on d4, strong knight against bad bishop. We want to play an endgame. I'm not that convinced, though. I mean, I kind of help him there. I think I'll play g5 first. Because if I play queen f6 check, he trades and plays h4, and then he has this chance for an outside passed pawn. Kind of gives him play. Now he played a crazy move. Which is the best way to capture? With the knight, I guess. He just dropped a pawn, basically. Sacrificed it. Now sacrificed the exchange. But my king is very snug on the dark squares. I mean, I would normally like my king here anyway. So you could also play king f8. But this is really bad. I got all these guys challenging me now. I'm not taking any more subscribers. Excuse me. I am taking subscribers. I'm not taking any more sort of challenges. So they need to go. The guy who offered me a draw and lost position re-challenged me to another game. Not today. We need to protect b7. Insult me and then challenge me again. Alright, rook b8. taking another pawn. It's over. That is over. That's too much generosity. Thank you. Alright, guys. We got a good game coming up, though. I don't know how strong Jaquai is, but Clash Kid is tough. So that'll be entertaining, at the very least. AP here. He's not one to give up easily. But I should have very strong play now on the queen side. He just committed suicide. Maybe he's tired. Let's just make sure there's no trap here. Queen takes c4. I mean, at the very least, I have a crushing rook ending. He could play rook c1, you know, and rook c7 check. You should just double check. That's nothing but, you know, you never know. Okay, this guy is really not letting me alone. Please don't re-challenge me after I declined your challenge. Jaquai, if he's still here. If not, we'll go to the next game. Good luck, have fun. Playing fast. He's from Italy. Same as Andrea Peroni. Alright, let's try something fun. The two knights tango. Something different. Clash Kid is up last. The funky increment. The 5+5. Yeah, this is a good move. Knight c3. Now I have to play e5. Excuse me, king. This is my game with Erdos in rapid chess. d5, knight e7, h4. Chess Panda. Victor knows how to play. h4, 1-0. I was just talking about this line. Erdos beat me in rapid with like d5, knight e7, h4. Kind of cool. It's a known line though. But this is not dangerous. Okay, now we have just like a kind of Nimzo. It's either it's a Taimanov Nimzo or, well, no, there I've got e5 actually. It's like a Nimzo where I played e5 instead of e6. It's actually a exchange variation of the French if I take on d4. It's a hybrid. I don't know what it is. It's just a little bit of Nimzo, a little bit of French exchange if I exchange there. Reversed French, you could call it. French reversed. Thanks everybody for subscribing and supporting the stream. We'll be back on Sunday. And I'm going to get some lunch in like 10 minutes. So bishop b4. Not a big deal. I mean, white should probably just develop. Knight f3. You also could play knight e2. So the different approaches. Everything's possible. This is possible. It's not as strong as the Erdos variation, but it's still probably decent. What am I going to eat? I don't know. I don't know. Has not been determined yet. So now we attack the center with c6. The default would be like a sandwich or a hot dog or something. I'm not a vegetarian. I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks Soltigo for helping Monkey Pushing Wood on the Discord. Thanks Soltigo in general. I'm just going to thank you guys in advance because we're kind of over time today. Thank you in advance for joining the stream and for supporting it. And if you're not a subscriber, thanks for just hanging out with us. B5 is an interesting move. We're going totally Joseph Henry Blackburn. I know Stockfish will like this. Creating maximum craziness. Only justifiable really by the fact that he played e3 and e4 in 2 moves. He's basically lost the tempo, and I think that justifies what I'm doing here. So now we take, and we can try to win a pawn with knight takes e4. We also have just pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. We can't win a pawn there. We can put massive pressure on white center now, though. The Boston Market. That steakhouse, if you can eat their largest steak, the fare for free. Wait. You mean at Quincy Market or something? I don't know that. In Faneuil Hall in Boston? Are you talking about Acerbate? Clash Kid said the bit donations decreased heavily. Start a bit war, maybe on Sunday if you can join us, or next week. Yeah, we don't have many, but I appreciate the ones that we do have. How much do you know about the Kali system? Not a whole lot. A little bit. I never played the Kali system. Quincy Market. Yeah. There's also an old, like, chain restaurant called Boston Market. I wasn't sure if you were talking about that at first. So now it looks like Jaquai is just dropping pawns, dropping his center. We're just crushing here. Winning a clear pawn and destroying his center at the same time. Bishop c2 was a bad idea. He should just go with, you know, his first inclination to take on c4. Yeah, awesome, Clash Kid. If you could start a bit war, call Juicebox Wizard out to join us, that would be amazing. Juicebox Wizard was here earlier. It's nice to see you guys with the red Albanian flags. The bits have been a little slow lately. I think people are saving their money. But I do appreciate the support you've given to the stream and everybody who's supported us. You think the Kali system's better than London? Generally not considered that, because it does get blocking in the bishop on c1. It's totally credible though. Like, it's a totally reasonable opening for white. You shouldn't be worse. I mean, at least the Kali system's at least equal. I don't think you can really get an advantage, but I'm sure black equalizes against Kali system, but it's not more than that. Okay, calling this bishop back here. Recall. Total recall. Not a big fan of Arnold. Alright, bishop e7. Bishop e7. Just coming back to protect the king side. We're up material now. We won 2 pawns in the center, and we're good to go. Now, I mean, at the very least, like, we just take and play d5. I should just get out of town first, though. There is a check on a4. That would be very inconvenient if I were to play d5, and he were to play bishop a4 check. I have to play king f8. The Clash Kid started liking the King's Indian attack. I just call him the Clash Kid. He started liking King's Indian attack. The games can go in so many different directions. Yeah, that's why I started playing g3 a lot, and knight f3 and g3. It's actually kind of fun. It's not like playing the London system where every single game is exactly the same. Some of my games transpose to Catalan, some are Réti, some, you know, go into totally different stuff. So here he's losing a piece. Alright, last game. Thank you for the game. Last game, I'm going to close these out. No more challenges, guys. We're out of here. Sorry, Pichu. I'm 10 minutes overdue. So, you guys check out the simul, Pichu, everybody else, on Sunday. I'm going to play last game against Clash Kid here. Then I've got to go. We're going to be like 20 minutes over time. So, Clash Kid gets white. I'm playing c4. Alright. What are we going to do? He plays g3. We'll play the Grand Prix attack reversed. Funny, like, I kind of like the Grand Prix attack reversed almost better than playing it with white. This sounds silly, but now knight f3. So the question is, should I play bishop b4 check, g6, or just bishop c5? Got more of a bishop b4 check kind of guy. Objectively, it's not really dangerous. Unless I have e4. I might have e4. Like, this is like a Peertz. It looks like a Peertz, crazy Peertz line. Like bishop d2, e4. And then like e3. I'm thinking that might be good for black. Bishop d2, e4. No joke. Thank you, Soltigo. But now he has knight h4. So I'm not sure if I'm overextending myself or what's the deal here. Anyway, it'll be fun. You can try knight h4. That's definitely the Jakob Muri style move. I don't really like anything else here for white. Because you don't have a retreat back to g2. So you do have to be a little bit careful there. He just took. This is totally not what I expected. Now I can go here. And I can play e3 next move. We're going to try to break his pawn structure up. Alright, what am I going to eat for lunch, guys? We don't have too many bit donations, so I don't think it's going to be anything expensive. No steakhouse for me today. I made hamburgers last night. Actually, I have hamburgers in the fridge. So I cooked them on the grill. It was pretty good. I think we might have a roll left. Knight g5. Uh-oh. It's getting aggro. This just seems thematic, though. It's just like one of those crazy Pearce lines. You know what I'm talking about, guys? Then what do? We gotta mess up his king here. King and Queen, I joined the Discord, but it may be a new account. I have an account already. Something is confused. You're talking about accounts on Discord? I'm not an expert. So on Clash Kid, you know, if he takes, I can play knight g4 check. And actually, that's possibly stronger than just recapturing on... Stronger than recapturing on b4, maybe. Knight g4, not possible. Now it's a cheapo, knight g4. Wise man once played king f1. Still I have knight g4 threatening like knight e3 check, but he has bishop d2 guarding everything, so I have to take this. With a sharp situation. Clash Kid is playing a little more like... Well, actually, he does play some wild games at times. Usually, I would say he's more controlled than Soltigo or S4. But he does like the complications too. But usually he's playing e4. Queen d2. And now what, like queen e7? I have to defend my knight. We can bring it back. We can play a5. I could just castle and lose a knight. I vote for that. But it's not that simple. I mean, castling, losing a knight. We almost have stuff with like knight g4. But if castles, queen takes, knight g4, queen d2, it's again, I have to save my knight. Queen e7, you could say, okay, this is a developing move. Then we castle next move. The problem with keeping the knight on b4, I'm not really sure what good it really does me. It would dissuade him from like knight c3, knight d5 maybe. Keep tempting him to making this irrelevant like a3 move. But I'm castling kingside. His king is kind of paralyzed. Pichu likes complications too. I haven't played as many games with Pichu as, say, the other guys I mentioned. Although they're all like in the same category of players who are around 2100. Anirich just subscribed. Thank you so much for that. So he's making way for the king there to migrate, or just take the pawn maybe. Just take a pawn. h6, d6. I could play d6 now. there's some weird things that could happen that I don't really like knight b5. I feel like I should bring my knight back voluntarily. Then knight d5 takes on added strength. d5 sacking a pawn. It is interesting. Am I crazy to do this? Probably. I just got frisky with him with the d5. This was not the plan, but suddenly I was looking at the position. I'm like, wait, I should have some stuff here. But he's taking everything with check. Forgot about that. He takes with the knight first. No choice. At the end of the day, I mean, white's position looks pretty dubious. Should I have taken with the other knight? Now my knight's hung out to dry. I have knight c2. Oh, knight c2, triple exclam. Not really that clear. Is this really good? h6. But I just realized if I play knight c2, he plays king takes f2. So I need a different plan. A different plan, man. Alright, let's kick him out. I feel like I screwed this up. I'm gonna end up like a pawn down. It's not that easy. Knight e4, bishop h3 check. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, it's not so simple. He has to do it this way. Now, can I do something tricky like knight takes d5? Knight takes d5, knight takes f8, unfortunately. So I like have to take this. But I do have time to harass his queen. I'm not really sure what's happening around here. I'm a equal material. My king's a little bit safer than his, but he has a strong bishop. But we're ahead in development. Yeah, queen e3 is out. I have knight c2 there. He doesn't have too many squares. Queen c3. Queen c3, knight d3. Queen c3, knight d5. So knight d5 is interesting. What else? Any other little threats? Not really. Queen takes e6. Queen takes b4, rook takes f3. And then like queen h3 check, king f2. That doesn't work. So life is not that easy here. I was thinking knight d5, I guess. Okay, we're buying time. Then c6. Are there any tactics? Queen takes e6. He's taking the pawn away. Can actually play e4 here. Queen takes b7 looks dangerous. Material is even. Good game thus far. Queen check, rook takes f3. Then nothing. Oh no. He overlooked the deadly tactic. Queen takes e2 check. Incidental. I didn't even see it when I played the move. I just thought, oh, this is a logical move. Getting over, putting pressure on the E line. Really good game though, until this point. Is that it? Or can you play King G1 and play on? My knight is pinned. That's true. So it's not over immediately. Okay, I think I have something here. Rook takes f3, rook takes f3. Queen check, queen check. Not so easy. My knight is pinned. This is very important. I have at least a draw. Unfortunately, rook takes f3 doesn't cut it. Wait, I have rook f2 check. I'm not sure if that's best or not, but it looks fun. Okay guys, long stream today, 3 hours. It was worth it. This game was highly entertaining. Do I have a mate? I don't even see a mate. But we are up a pawn and counting with a very strong assault against the enemy king. There is a mate, right? Queen takes h2 and then knight f6 check. No, that's not legal. Illegal moves don't help the cause. He's gonna have some play yet. Oh, he'll be pinned if he goes out there. That's the key. He's pinned. No bishop moves. Man, this is really weird. Alright, we got him. Phew, that was close. Anyway, Clash Kid, entertaining game. I will see you guys later. King d7, triple exclam. King d7 running away, of course. Actually, it's harder for me to catch him down there. Yeah, maybe he's getting away a little bit. No. He's not getting away. Queen f7 check. It's still mate, believe it or not. Wow. He's not getting away. Anyway, guys, great game. I will see you totally later. International Master William Paschall closing it down. Please support the stream with bits and YouTube and Twitch PayPal donations. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks Anirudh for the new subscription. Thanks everybody for watching and having fun with me today. We'll be back on Sunday with the simul at 4:30 EDT. Bye-bye.